This is a Geberit Twico 1 flush valve. You find this in a lot of Australian toilets. When you buy it from us, it comes with a button, looks like this. Just pop the packing out. There's the half moon buttons. Inside the overflow tube you'll find the rods for the button. There's a green and a black one. The black one's the bigger one, that goes in the bigger hole, and the green one goes in the smaller hole. In your toilet, the button at the top looks like this. To remove them, what you have to do is to push down one button and then just get yourself a little screwdriver or a knife, pop it under there and just leverage that up, and it will come out with the rod. Then you can just leverage out the other one, and that comes out like that. There's a button, there's a screw head down below, so with a large flat screwdriver you just undo that screw and then the bezel will come out of the top of the cistern. Once you take the cistern lid off, underneath you should have the bridge, which has the central hole. That's where the screw from the bezel screws into that hole, and that goes in like so and screws into there. The bridge clips into these on the side here. It'll only go one way, so there's a thicker one and a thinner one, so make sure you get those right. That pushes in. Now it will push down like on a ratchet, so you push it down to just below the level of the cistern lid, and then when you put your bezel back in through the cistern lid, it will screw into there. To remove this, there's two little buttons, one on each side. You push those in at the same time, quite hard, and that will come out. There's your buttons on top that your rods push on. Halfway down here is the half flush float. So this float, if you twist it, so looking down from the top, you twist that anti-clockwise, and then it will slide into position. The higher you have that, the less of a flush you'll have on half flush. So if you have it about halfway down, twist it back clockwise, and then that locks it in position, and then you float it like that. Now you shouldn't need to take out this bottom section. That will stay in place. The original one should be okay as long as it's not leaking, and all you do is to split the valve by pressing in these two tabs, one on each side together, and the top comes off. So then you just take the new one and you put it into the old one, press it down, and it just clicks into place. That's it. Turn this around until it's in the right position for the half flush and the full flush. If you do need to change this, that you can. This is the overflow pipe. So to adjust that, you click this into the position where it's loose, and this give a pull. That will come loose. So you set it to the right position. And then push that across so it clicks in, and that's locked. Where should that be? The level of the water should be about 25 millimeters below that, not less than 25 millimeters below the overflow. So there should be just 25 millimeters from the top of the water to the top of the overflow. Once you've done that, you need to put the cistern lid back on, put the rods in and cut them to size. So with the cistern lid back on, you just put the rods back in, and you just what you need to do is to trim these just flush with the top of the system. So you can cut them with a pair of pliers if you want. Cut them off. Where you've cut them, it will change, the ends won't quite be round, so you get a pair of pliers and you just squeeze up the ends to make them as round as you can. But when you put them back, the end that hasn't been cut should be facing up, so that's what goes into your button. So then you can put your bridge back on. Put your system lid back on, put your bezel in, and then push the buttons in through there. Remember, there's a correct hole for each one. The green one goes in the small hole, the black one goes in the large hole, and that's it, all done. I'll leave a link in the bottom so you can see where you can order from our website, and thank you very much for watching.